Et salut à tous, c'est Zorobama, je vous retrouve pour l'épisode 2 de Stanley Parable. On va continuer à faire les différentes fins que nous avons trouvées. Donc il y a 17 fins dans le guide que j'ai pu trouver sur internet. Donc là, on va s'attaquer du coup dans l'ordre, donc maintenant à la fin 9, donc qui est la fin héros, qui est une fin qu'on aurait pu faire tout à l'heure. Donc vous allez voir pourquoi je vous explique ça, parce qu'on va reprendre le chemin. Donc là, sur le jeu, donc on va aller continuer par là. Donc là cette fois-ci on va repasser par la porte de droite. Donc si vous avez l'épisode 1, pour ceux qui auront vu l'épisode 1 au moment où ça sortira. Donc là, par la porte de droite on a du coup une plateforme. Enfin on va continuer par là. Mais du coup là, il va nous proposer de retourner, après avoir passé le salon des employés, de retourner à la salle de réunion, donc qui est sur la porte de gauche, qui est là. Mais là, nous, on va aller tout droit. C'est ce qu'on a fait tout à l'heure. Donc là, tout droit, donc il y a le centre de chargement qui est là. Et là, en fait, au lieu d'attendre de traverser, comme on a fait tout à l'heure, on va se jeter dans le vide. Voilà. Voilà ce que c'est la fin héros. Parce que comme il le dit, on veut tellement prouver qu'on est au contrôle de l'histoire que du coup, on sait, on est mort quoi. On a décidé de se tuer. Donc du coup, après cette fin 9, alors la fin 10, on l'a déjà... Ah bah on l'a déjà fait de la fin 10. Donc c'était la fin, donc dans l'épisode 1, où on arrive dans l'appartement, où là en fait on suit, donc en fait c'est là où en fait on se jeter dans le vide, on laisse la plateforme aller à la salle, on décroche le téléphone, donc pour ceux qui l'auront vu, du coup après on arrive dans une salle avec le narrateur qui s'est passé pour notre épouse, et qui ensuite il ne met plus bas de cap parce qu'il nous dit que personne n'a voulu se marier avec nous, enfin bref, et du coup on doit appuyer sur les touches jusqu'à la fin, donc ça du coup on l'a fait. Du coup, ça c'est bon. Donc là, par contre, alors, il faut pas déclencher le téléphone. Ok, alors celle-là, par contre, elle va être compliquée. Enfin, elle va être assez longue. Donc ça s'appelle, la fin 11, ça s'appelle une histoire détruite. Donc là, c'est pareil, ça se fait avec la porte de droite. Donc, là, on va tout droit. On connaît, hein, au bout d'un moment, on connaît le chemin par cœur. Là, on va à droite. Ouais, donc en fait, j'ai pas... Ouais, en fait, celle-là, elle paraît logique. Parce qu'il y a la fin où tu décroches et la fin où tu ne décroches pas. Donc là, par celle où tu ne décroches pas. Donc là, tout droit. Hop. Là, par là. On a un grand coup de souris. Hein. Donc là, plateforme.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
Là, parce qu'il y a vraiment des fins différentes, c'est assez cool, quoi. C'est pas 3 fois le même scénario, quoi. Bon, c'est un peu le même chemin. En fait, en déclenchant un seul élément, ça te permet d'avoir une fin totalement différente, quoi. C'est ça qui est cool. Je trouve ça sympa quand même. Donc là, tac, droit, là on tourne. Et là on ne décroche pas. Débranche le téléphone.
You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white.
Grosse connerie, hein, puisque là en fait il se fout de notre gueule quand on déclenche le téléphone.
Somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real
Tu n'es pas
person.
Stanley, tu es une personne bien réelle.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Donc là, faut que je revienne sur mes pas. Donc là, il y a la plateforme, on va le repartir. Donc la plateforme qui t'empêche de sauter, hein. Pas de... D'ailleurs, ça va.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Là, il ouvre. Ok. Hop.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Là, faut que je fasse quoi? Je l'affiche juste. Le jour où vous pouvez rien faire, dès que le jour redémarre. Élisez les comptes quitter. Ok. Donc là, faut faire comme si le jeu. Comme si on voulait faire la fin. Donc l'attaque.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an
Ah
answer
bah tiens,
there.
il doit enlever les planches.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ouais, donc là en fait,
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
le bureau a
life.
totalement changé.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
D'accord. Recamère-toi un casse-casse, non? Non.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
C'est pas d'un mot de passe de merde.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a
On
crucial
va péter la
step.
table.
Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing respect.
J'essaie de voir la fin là parce que ça paraît bizarre. Ah lui il est le générique. Quoi? J'ai pas eu le bon truc je crois.
Responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Je suis sérieux sur un autre truc en fait. C'est pas ça que je suis en savoir.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Ah,
behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
je vais garder démarrer tout seul.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
C'est pas ça la fin normalement que je suis en savoir. Lui il le fait qu'une fois. Ah non, mais attendez. Tac. Mais elle est pas seule.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Ça me
Just
remet en
follow
boucle.
my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Pourquoi moi ça me remet en boucle de l'autre côté? Non, normalement ça c'est censé être cassé.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly
cette
and
fois-là, on
always
perd du
putting
temps.
the story first. I'm
On
quite
va
sure
pas la
you'll be up
déclencher,
to
je
the
pense.
task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that?
Ah,
Quickly,
voilà.
hurry back in the other
Donc là, ça,
direction.
c'est
Perhaps we're
cassé.
not too late.
Je casse l'histoire, je pense. Voilà. Non, oui. Oui, c'est cassé, yes.
It's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to. I'm here. I'm still here in this pile of rubbish, with you, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. Yes, it would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
Ah, c'est ça que j'ai vu.
Into a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
The end.
I need you to walk through the door.
Voilà. Et donc là, faut attendre que du coup les crédits défilent pour avoir la fin.
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you
Du coup là, on a
understand?
perdu le narrateur.
Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both
Clairement.
correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me?
Le
Are
pauvre.
you there?
Il fait de la peine quand même.
Stanley, are you there?
Il se vénère, mais genre il aime bien comme Stanley, quoi.
It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Pauvre narrateur.
Take as much time as you need.
Ah bah ça se range tout seul, ok. Donc là on a détruit l'histoire. Donc c'était la fin 11 ça. La fin 12. Alors celle-là, j'espère avoir tout compris. Donc là on repasse par la porte de droite. En fait cette porte de droite elle t'emmène vers plein de trucs quoi. La porte de droite c'est vraiment la porte la porte des fins quoi. Donc tac.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Donc là il y a un truc avec la plateforme.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Ah mais c'est là, non? Ah est-ce que je suis tout droit moi?
Look, Stanley, I think
Ah
perhaps
non,
we've
oui,
gotten
voilà,
off on
c'est
the
ça.
wrong foot here. I'm not your
Faut se laisser
enemy,
tomber
really, I'm not.
pour aller sur la
I
porte là.
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult,
Ne
but
pas
the
falloir se
fact
rater.
is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Maintenant.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Donc là ils disent de faire quoi? Un peu plus loin, donc prenez bien donc la rouge. Là on prend la rouge. À mon avis, il va falloir refaire la même chose avec la bleue après.
The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley... No, wait. Where are you going?
Attends, donc là, on passe la porte. Allez, donc là, faut prendre les escaliers.
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Donc là, il faut vraiment sortir.
Please, no,
Faut prendre les
Stanley, let me
escaliers qu'il y a
stay
là.
here. Don't take this from me.
Et là, on se laisse tomber.
No! Oh,
Faut faire plusieurs sauts.
thank God. No. No, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Quel bonheur de le faire souffrir. Oui!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do... My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Oui.
Is it over?
Et voilà.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Donc du coup, la fin 12, c'est la fin suicide. Donc la fin 13... Alors, la fin 13, du coup. Donc, procéder comme pour la fin, cette fois passer par la porte bleue 3 fois d'affilée. Donc... Donc là, pareil, ça va être une fin, un truc encore technique quoi. Faut vraiment bien calculer, enfin, bien calculer. Faut pas se foirer pour la plateforme encore. Donc la même chose. Par là. Porte de droite. Je lui ai dit qu'il y aura un truc avec la porte bleue. S'il y avait deux portes, c'est qu'il y avait une raison.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Donc là, la fin, c'est
And here it was,
un autre jeu.
the lounge.
But eager
Fin
to get
numéro
back to
13.
business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he
Ok,
wasn't
donc
5
là, on
years
va
ago.
là-dessus.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Look,
let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Donc là, la
Now
porte
listen
bleue.
carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
Il dit se faire quoi? Après la jouer dans une porte du zéro, il faudrait se jouer. Ah, il veut.
Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Fuck.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail.
C'est le gamin qui était utilisé pour Pomper, ça, normalement. The fuck. J'ai trop pensé à lui.
I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh, le bruit dégueulasse que ça fait.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Un jeu à
Well,
Minecraft.
Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining. Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light? Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game. Yes, I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's
Portal.
inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is. Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these.
Alors, on va aller par là.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Et on redémarre le jeu. Alors. Donc là on a fait la fin 13. La fin 14, comme je disais, c'était le placard balai. Là on a encore 3 fins à faire. Alors. Ok, alors là par contre. Redémarre le jeu. Ok, donc là il faut faire une sorte de code. Donc. Alors. Il faut aller sur le PC 419.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I
Attends.
sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible?
419, hein, poste 419. Ok, donc.
They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
427. Donc là, 419. Il est là. En fait, c'est les PC qui mettent input. Donc input reçu. Recommencer. Ensuite, c'est le 423.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bordel. Ah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Il est où le 423? C'est une blague?
Yet
doit bien
there was not
redémarrer
a
le jeu en
single
plus.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go
Ouais, je vais
up to
peut-être
his
aller à droite.
boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
Alors, 419 en démarrant après chaque. 419, 423, celui devant le bureau du patron. 434 et enfin celui de Stanley. Alors,
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
423 il est là. Redémarrer.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Celui devant le bureau du patron. Donc là, par là.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Celui-là il est un peu long à aller chercher.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a
Okay.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Tac. Ensuite,
A soft wind blew
434.
outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
redémarrer. Et le mien. Et on arrive du coup sur la fin, le paradis. Avec des boutons qui ne servent à rien. Du coup il est content parce qu'il peut appuyer sur plein de boutons. Voilà, donc cette fin, c'est fait. Donc du coup, 419, 423, celui devant le bureau du patron, 434 et après Stanley. Et du coup, vous arrivez dans le paradis. Alors, tableau blanc. Activer la console du jeu en tapant. Ah, ça c'est des trucs chiants. Ok, celui-là, je sais même pas si on peut le faire. Ça va être, faut carrément aller dans la console. C'est sur Steam en plus, ils mettent donc. On va essayer de voir. Ah non,
But
c'est bon.
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
Merde.
What if he had to make a decision? What if a
J'ai appuyé sur le truc. Peut-être la 16, on pourra pas la faire. La 16, je vais laisser aller voir. En fait, en gros, faut taper dans la console, enfin dans la console du jeu console. Dans les options de lancement du jeu sur Steam, Comme moi je l'ai sur Epic Games. Je pourrais pas la faire celle-là. Je sais pas si sur Epic Games ça fonctionne de la même manière, donc aucune idée. Ah, c'est la barre de chargement, ok. Du coup, suite à ça, on arrive sur un tableau marqué barque. Et on peut taper cette commande dans la console pour aboyer à chaque interaction. Voilà, c'est pas forcément une fin, en fait, c'est juste un truc qui est rajouté en plus. Et pareil dans la console, là, il faut taper svcheats 1, donc pour la fin 17. Pour se téléporter dans la salle sérieuse, donc en fait, le narrateur va nous punir. Il va utiliser un code en nous condamnant au châtiment le plus sérieux qu'il connaisse. Rester une éternité dans la salle sérieuse qui ne contient qu'une seule table, la plus sérieuse au monde. Voilà. C'est toutes les fins qu'on pouvait voir. Donc c'était cool de faire le jeu un petit peu comme ça. J'espère que ça vous aura plu du coup. Puisque là... Le save game. Mais sauvegarde, mais tu peux sauvegarder. C'était cool du coup. C'était assez drôle. Clique sur la porte. Ah, on peut s'amuser à débloquer ça aussi. Cliquez sur la porte 435 fois. Complétez le Stanley Parable en moins de 4 minutes 30... 4 minutes 22. Not including load time. Load time. Et go out, don't play the Stanley Parable pour 5 ans. Truc, d'accord. Faut toucher au jeu pendant 5 ans. Attends, on va s'amuser à le débloquer celui-là. Là. La porte 430, on va cliquer 5 fois dessus.
Just a step through this. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Ça m'a pas mis l'achievement.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Bon, du coup, pour retrouver ça, j'espère que ça vous aura plu le fait d'avoir fait quelques... Enfin, du coup, un peu la plupart des comment dire, des fins possibles dans le jeu. Donc certains, c'est quand même assez drôle de ça, c'est toi c'est cool de faire tout ça, tu vois un peu toutes les fins qu'on peut avoir. Donc toi c'est content d'avoir pu faire le jeu. Le temps que je voulais le faire, du coup c'est de la merde. On est en menu, achievement. Le bondé. Du coup, on va s'arrêter là-dessus pour cet épisode 2. Donc, alors, c'était ensuite cet épisode. C'était Zorobama et on se retrouve dans un prochain épisode.